you?
Good, good to see you.
Good to see you. So, thanks for joining me today, and I am heartily thankful to meet with you, and I am overwhelmed right now.
Well, it's great to meet you also. Where are you located? Are you in India?
Yeah, I am in India, Agra, Taj
Oh,
City.
nice.
Yeah, you visited Taj Mahal a few months ago, I think so.
Yeah. How's everything with you and your family? Everyone's healthy,
Yeah,
hopefully?
yeah, everyone is completely great, and but
That's,
due to this COVID pandemic, some things went wrong, but everything is nice.
that's
How
good.
about you?
Happy to hear. Yeah, I'm healthy and happy, thankfully. I'm here in Los Angeles. Just sun shining, so gonna go for a hike in a little bit, but I'm glad we get to connect. Um,
Hmm.
do you do video editing or photo editing? What's like your main form of creating?
Actually, I do photo editing and video editing both.
Nice.
I work as a freelancer. I am high school kid, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, and I use my phone for shooting a photo, and then I used to edit that on my laptop using Photoshop.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I use After Effects and Premiere Pro for editing some animation and some intro type of videos like commercial product intros, these kind of videos.
That's
Yeah.
great. Did you have any questions on
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
that I could
I have a
help you with?
list,
Yeah.
and I not just only I have my friends also have some questions, and they want to ask from you. So I have total five questions and short questions, not too long time. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that works. Let's do it.
So what's your age when you first edit your photo or video?
I my freshman year of high school, so my first year in high school. What year are you in high school right now?
I am in currently 2021.
Okay. But are you like your third year of high school or oh
First
yeah,
year,
so
first year, first year.
first year? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So about your age, I took a course called video production that was offered at my school, and we learned how to do video editing in Adobe Premiere, and that's where I first started to learn about making like films, and we had like little projects where it would be make something that had no talking, or make something that had just music in it, or do something that had to do with like superheroes, and that is what started my creativity. And then I just tried to learn as much as possible. But that was way before like plugins and all of that stuff. So had to like figure out little tricks to make things happen. But it was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Tyler, for giving this answer. And this means a lot because these are the insider stories. So
Oh
thank
yeah.
you. And
Nice.
second question, can you describe your daily schedule as a summary from morning to evening routine? Because you are working
Yeah.
with so many talented actors, directors, and music composers, Justin Bieber. So your schedule might be tight. So just tell me a little bit summary.
Yeah. So my schedule usually is I wake up around, I'd say like 7:30 in the morning. I'll first thing I'll do is I'll stretch and meditate, and then I'll walk my dog. I have a dog, so I'll go for a little walk, and then I'll answer emails. And usually I have a couple calls in the morning and try to get all my phone calls done before, say, like 11 a.m. Then I'll like to go outside and hike and get some sort of like exercise, and then I'll usually edit the rest of the day. So and those are days that I don't have shoots. So if I have a shoot, then it probably goes all day, or I like filming sunset. But yeah, it's usually editing as much as I can during the day, and then filming sunset if I can and if I want to, and if I'm not overwhelmed with footage. But yeah, it's pretty much my day.
Okay, great. Nice day. And third question, other than software knowledge or any technical knowledge, what kind of knowledge is required to become a great editor?
Um, I'd say the understanding of like how shots go together to tell a story. So uh, piecing together scenes, because I guess it's different for each person, because now that travel content is so popular, I think it's people don't necessarily plan what they're going to film when they go and shoot something. Like if you're filming a commercial, for example, like you said, you make little commercial things, you probably want to go into it with an idea of what shots you're going to get. Like, oh, I need to get a shot of this watch, or I know that the story is going to be this person putting on the watch and then opening the door, and I can showcase the different ways in a watch is being used. But if you're just collecting footage, not knowing how you're going to use it, I think knowing how to piece something together with different types of shots works. So like a wide angle shot, so that way it establishes the scene, like showing what the location is. Then knowing how to get close-up shots of just details of people's eyes or the watch, or like trees, or things of that nature, just to tell the details. And then like medium shots, which are like, a 50 millimeter or 35 millimeter type of shots, is like how the human eye usually perceives things. So like having that be the range of how you put some shots in order, and then knowing how to transition from like a scene or a location. So that way you're not just throwing a bunch of shots together, but knowing that you put 4 or 5 shots together that feel like a scene or even more, and then knowing how to transition and going like to another wide shot, so that way it feels like you're transitioning from a scene to a scene. And also matching motion is really important. So if like the camera's tilting up, maybe the next shot you're using is one where the camera is tilting up or going down. Um, yeah, and then where something is positioned in the frame is important too, because like that way the audience's eye doesn't have to keep jumping around the screen, because that's what makes it feel like it's jarring. So if like the shot you just used was you in the middle of the frame or someone in the middle of the frame, then the next shot should be whatever your character or subject or what you want the audience to look at should be in the same position. Or if someone's looking at a bird and it's in the top left hand corner of the frame, make sure the next shot, that whatever you're trying to point people to, is in the top left hand corner, because then it'll feel like it's flowing together. But yeah, that's beside like the technical knowing how to actually cut and label and set up your sequence and all of that fun stuff.
Okay, so this kind of information will not get from any kind of book or some classes. By the way, Tyler Cut runs his university called Tyler Cut University. That is awesome. I'm actually recording this so that I put on my Insta and on YouTube
Cool.
also. Okay. So I have third question. If someone do not have fancy equipments, how that guy actually start with editing, shooting these kind of things? Because everyone can't afford expensive DSLRs and drones. Although in India, most of the people use their phones. So
Yeah, I was gonna say cell phones, GoPro, even DJI has like the Osmo Pocket, which like is good now and not that expensive. All of those are like good cameras, and then yeah, editing on your phone is a lot easier than ever before. So if you need to edit on your phone, or just if you are able to get like a Adobe Premiere, or like, because I think that's just like a subscription based thing. Yeah, I don't think the camera matters as much anymore. You can film on your phone or the Osmo Pocket or a GoPro, or like relatively inexpensive compared to like thousands of dollar DSLRs. But yeah, it's about, I think, knowing how to film something and translate it in editing in a way that feels like it's unique to you. So whether it's like a type of song that really motivates you, or whether you're just using the noise of what you're filming, if it's like the birds chirping, or if you're filming like a celebration or like a ceremony, like just trying to show how you see the world, because the cool thing is everyone sees the world different. That's what makes all of us unique. We all have our own life story. So
yeah,
it's like you see things
of
differently
course.
than other people do. So it's like trying to take what inspires you. So if I inspire you or someone else inspires you, take that feeling of inspiration, but then
Yeah.
put it through your
That
filter. And
that
I
kind
think
of
that's what.
infinite imagination actually, infinite imagination during editing and shooting, that makes a difference.
Mhm.
And another question which I have, what do you want to say to females? Because there is gender inequality in photography and videography industry. How they get started? and show their talent to world, because in India girls are more talented than boys in terms of creativity. So what do you want to say then?
Yeah, I mean, even in like the movie or the film industry, it's like that too. There's not a ton of female directors that um, get the same opportunities or the same type of accolades and respect and all of that. I mean, for me personally, I don't think gender, race, anything like that has any shouldn't have anything to do with your ability to succeed and tell stories and be inspired.
Exactly.
Yeah, everyone's equally as creative. So yeah, if the passion is there, just the same thing. Continue to just like you have a very unique way in seeing the world. Just keep telling the stories that inspire you, and I'm sure you believe in karma. So it's like just keep putting that good energy out into the universe, and it'll come back, even if you think that it's not being received immediately. I think the world is seeing a cosmic shift in that type of equality and opportunity and energy right now. So just yeah, continue to put that good vibrations into the world, and it'll come back. So I I, I try to not it's like there's a quote that I love. It's like the obstacles don't block the path; they are the path. So oftentimes you have to ride with what you think is a perceived obstacle, just to realize that sometimes your journey is more difficult because your calling is higher.
You're right. And most of my friends wonder to see your videos and photos and your YouTube videos, of course. You use very heavy equipments, like a red camera and drones DJI. So, how do you manage all these things initially? Not right now, you are a big star right now, but initially, how do you manage all these things? Because it is tough for a student to manage all these, and students also get attracted by these kind of fancy equipments, and they said, I don't have these kind of equipments, heavy working machines, and I'm not able to do this or that. So how do you manage all this?
Yeah, I mean, when I was first starting to tour, like I started touring with musicians, and I slowly started to get more gear, but I would just have like a really big backpack, or I'd have like a rolling bag, and I would just try to figure out what the key essential things were that I needed. At first, I just brought everything because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna need to have like a gears thankfully becoming smaller and smaller, but it's like I didn't know if I would need a big camera body, or I didn't know if I need like a 70 to 200 zoom lens, which is heavier. I don't know if I'm going to need a big stabilizer, or thankfully now, like, I mean, the rig that I use now, for my day-to-day stuff is just an A7S3 with a small Ronin RC. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's pretty small and portable, and like an 18 to
you
35
bought
zoom
that
lens.
right now.
What's
RC,
that?
Ronin RC. Ronin RC,
Yeah.
you recently bought that, right? And you also make that video in California DJ headquarter. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's small, it's strong, it can hold, and like the A7S3 is very small, but still 4K and good quality, 10-bit, all that fun stuff. So again, it's not about having the giant stuff, but it's like, yeah, when if I'm on the set, it helps because obviously there's other people there that can assist and help with like setting up lights or what have you. But when there's a lot of times where it's still just me, and I'll just try to find the most compact version of how to do it. And thankfully, like even with the red camera, like I tried to figure out the most portable way of using it. So I would just plug in like a Ronin 2 battery and have it mounted on a base plate, and then plug it straight into the red, rather than having to use a big battery. And then DJI allowed me to like make a cool little Ronin S rig that one person can operate the red with, which is like pretty rare to do. Now that there's the Komodo, like you can do that more, but that was kind of unheard of. So yeah, kind of just like it's problem solving, being like, is there a way for me to make this more portable, and is there a way to make this easier, and just thinking, be like, oh, I wish this could happen, and then just like trying to figure out if you can do it.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler. And the thing which we want to know very eagerly, how you actually edit your videos. I mean, we know that you use some software, but any kind of special thing that not everyone knows, you know, and some of the few peoples know, that kind of thing. Anything you want to tell us?
Yeah, about editing specifically.
Yeah, specifically for editing.
Um, yeah, I think my process of making selects, I think, is like the most important part. So before I even start editing, like right now, this past year, what I've been doing a lot of, since everything's been happening with the pandemic and I haven't been able to travel as much, is I've been going through all my hard drives of like trips and footage, and even trips that I've gone on before, maybe footage that I haven't used before. But what I'll do is I'll make the first thing I do when I open, say, Adobe Premiere, is I'll make three folders. One is called audio, and then in that audio folder, I'll keep sound effects, I'll keep music. Then I'll have another folder that's just called video, and in there I'll keep my footage, I'll keep like VFX files, text files, whatever it may be. And then the third one is just called sequences. And then I'll keep a bunch of sequences in there, but I'll make a new sequence for every location and every camera. So, I'll make a sequence called like California, but then I'll have California like 1DX or California drone or California red or whatever I'm shooting with. And then I'll have like Bali, and then I'll have Bali A7S, Bali drone. And then it's really important. I know it's time consuming and it's may not seem that fun, but make a good music playlist. Just start putting on some music that you really like, that inspires you, and then just go through all of the footage and just like chop them up, make like the little selects and the sequences, and that way you're familiar with everything that you have. And then once you go through everything, then you can start the editing process, because you can be like, oh, I remember that I have the shot of a waterfall, but I also have the shot of like leaves blowing and they look kind of similar. So these can go together. And then you can just go to your sequence. And another thing is, while I'm going through the footage, sometimes what inspires me is just to like play around with coloring the like a clip. So if like I see a shot that I really like, I'd be like, oh, I wonder how I can color this to look cool. So I'll color it, and then I'll render it. And then when I go back to edit, I'll see the ones that have already been rendered, and I'll know those are the shots that I really liked. And then I can just start piecing those together. So it's almost like you're pre-editing while you're editing, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
okay. So that's a great method to identify which one we want to use, or which one seems quite more attractive, right? Uh, what are the favorite places you want to visit? I mean, you already
Uh,
visited.
yeah, I'd love to see more of Italy, like the Amalfi Coast. I'd love to see Greece. I've never actually been to Greece. I'd love to see more of Africa. Like my family's South African, and I got to go to parts of South Africa, but I'd love to see more of Africa. I mean, I'd honestly love to see everywhere, but I go to Egypt next month, so I'm gonna thankfully see the pyramids, so that'll be very exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see as much of the earth as I possibly can.
Okay. So can you please give some suggestion to me? Actually, you might be go through some of my photos. I think so. You saw any of my photo?
Yeah, I did. I saw you post on the. Yeah, if you want to show me some more, I can take a look.
How I switch a screen.
Are you able to share screen maybe, or you can send through chat?
Just wait a minute.
Sure.
I think this is. I think this. I don't know how to switch a screen on Zoom. I use Zoom first time. I work with Skype. So I
Oh,
think
okay.
this is. Do you have laptop?
I'm on my iMac. Let me see if there's a way
Yeah.
for you to.
Go to my Instagram if you are.
Oh yeah, you can if you go to meeting at the top and hit start share. I'm pretty sure that's how you share your screen.
Mm,
So meeting and then start share. or there's a chat here and you can send me links. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I'll send. Yeah, you send hello, right?
yes. So you send whatever you want in there. You could send actual files. You could send links, whatever, whatever.
I send the link of my Instagram profile. Can you please
Okay.
take a look
Yeah, I'll
on
take a look.
my photo?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. A lot of like fantasy type of stuff.
Yeah, I got an inspiration from you in fantasy terms, but
Yeah,
unfortunately, the quality might be not that well.
but it's about the idea first. As long as you have the idea, then you can perfect how to, each time you'll get a little bit better. But yeah, I like this like jungle book looking one. That's cool
Yeah,
with the lion.
yeah,
Yeah, and then the Disney castle. That's awesome.
and one of them you liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
you
I'll
remember?
yeah, and then this one that you yeah, the one that you tagged Paris, France with the moon and the buddy. I think that's the one you put on Bibly, right?
Yeah. I think you find creativity in when I was putting that rabbit on the surface of moon.
It's awesome. Yeah, keep doing it. I mean, you have the ideas. All you got to do is just keep perfecting like the blending. I think just keep putting these images in, like you're stacking the different layers, like the lion or the monkey or whatever. And then what I like to do is I'll color after because it helps to blend everything together. So like once you add the lion and the snake and the monkey, and then maybe you can export it out and then color it either on your phone or wherever you do your coloring, like Lightroom or whatever. Because then I think it'll help blend all of the edges together, so
Okay,
that way it
okay.
doesn't.
No,
Yeah, that way.
what I did right now, I edit the photo on Photoshop and then I export as JPEG or PNG, and then I transfer that to my phone, and my phone has some editing options in that gallery, and I used some filters.
Cool.
Is there any suggestion in terms of plugins? Do you use any extra plugin in Photoshop?
No, I don't. I mean, I use some brushes, but yeah,
Mhm.
nothing particular.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler. You've been talking to me, and that means a lot for me. And the last thing which I want to say, because I want to meet you with my parents. So can you please hold for over a minute, over
Yeah,
50 seconds? Yeah. Thank you. I brought
sure.
my parents. Okay. Just wait.
No worries.
Uh, yeah. Uh, Nieces. Uh, yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
इसमें देखिए इसमें नमस्ते नमस्ते
नमस्ते जय श्री कृष्ण
No,
Yeah,
good to see you.
good to see you.
जय श्री राम
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. And they also watched your photos and videos, and they also wanted to see that how great your work is, and this means a lot because your imagination actually creates a lot of positivity. So
Thank you.
yeah. So how was your mother? Actually, you posted a video on Mother Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, I
That's
watched that
amazing.
video.
Thank you.
Uh, and I hope today is a very great session with you. And this is about 24 minutes, and I think that's it for today. We have been both of us spent a great time, and in future, hope we will meet soon. And when I went to Los Angeles, definitely I will meet with you in Hollywood, and that
Yeah,
means yeah a lot. I've been waiting for
absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep staying inspired, keep making things that make you happy, and yeah, wishing you nothing but more success. So I'll continue to look out for what you make.
Uh,
Looking is very smart.
my
Oh,
father said you're looking very smart.
I appreciate that. I do my best.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Have a
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
See
Bye.
you.